Hello guys, Luna here, back with another PUBG video. Today we're discussing yesterday's update which added into the game analog movement and a couple of other performance improvements. We can discuss that and I will let you know what my sensitivity settings are currently, which I think work pretty well. Guys, if the video is helpful, smash the like button, it really does help me out. First, I wanted to mention there was no weekly live stream this week with Nico. He's currently in Korea to meet with the game devs. For what reason I don't know, but with Sandhawk and War Mode on the horizon and no monthly update this month, I'm hoping it means next month is going to be a good month. But I'm sure the live stream will return next week. Yesterday's update was a very mixed bag in terms of feedback. I was looking through all the comments on yesterday's video, looking at Reddit and the official forum to see what players felt on analog movement. And to be honest, right now it's 50-50. Some don't have any problems, some claim it's game breaking, and others don't see too much difference. For me personally, I do like the new changes. The precise feather movements you can now do are a good improvement, and you can see from the start of this match I played yesterday, close quarter combat, which I would say was probably my weakest part of the game, is less awkward. Yes, there are issues that some players don't like. Sprinting feels slower than it did before. I don't know if it's only me who feels that, but it does. And of course, the zigzag sprinting, trying to dodge bullets is a lot more difficult because now you can only sprint forward instead of diagonally. If you do that, then sprinting stops. I know that's probably the biggest complaint right now because of the new changes. But for me, I don't really have an issue with that. I very rarely run zigzag anyway, and if I do, now I'll just have to use my right stick to move my camera, which will take me left and right. It's not perfect, and it's not quite as effective as it was previously, but you can't really zigzag in any other shooter game, so now it's just what I would expect to see from analog controls. But I think we have to remember that we have been playing with PC movement for nearly 9 months now, so it's going to take a little bit of getting used to, but you'll need to tweak your settings to make sure your movement is optimized as well. So I'm going to go over what settings I currently have. I always have my controls set to B. It's just a lot more accurate I find when using a red dot or holographic, and I always need to aim down sights when I'm using any bigger scope as well. So I never really fire over the shoulder because it's a lot less accurate, and so I always have that set to B. But like all settings, most things are a personal preference. Dead zone, I have this set to 20, and a lot of you will see this set to 10, but I found after loads of testing that having my dead zone set to 10 would cause my movement to snap too much and I would over aim. 20 combined with all my other sensitivity settings make aiming as smooth as it can be. Vibration is off, of course. Don't want to have your controller move when you're trying to snipe long distance. Now, the most important one out of all of these for analog controls is definitely movement sensitivity. If you don't have this set to 100, then you're crazy. Essentially, this will determine how fast you will go from 0 to 100% movement. This is the best way to make sure your movement feels less sluggish, and if you're having issues with the new analog controls, this should help your movement feel better. So if you don't have this set to 100, you may only have this set to something like 10, then bump it all the way up and adjust all your other settings to go around that, because unfortunately it will affect your general sensitivity settings, so you need to adjust those. Vertical sensitivity, if the map was flat, I'd have that all the way down, but with so many hills in the game, you need to aim up and down quite fast, so I have that lowered a bit to 90 because it can help you deal with some vertical recoil if you have it lower, but I haven't lowered it too much. General sensitivity is set to 5. Originally, I had that at 3 because movement sensitivity at 100 made 5 way too fast. But since yesterday's update, things were feeling a bit slower, so I have that back at 5, along with over the shoulder. Aim acceleration is on and set to 3, a bit higher than I used to have it, but you know, you don't take all your settings individually. These are set to a way so that I personally don't over aim, and so that aiming is smooth and not snappy. Finally, all my scope settings are set to 5, except for 8 and 15, which are at 9 and 10. So if you're having problems with sensitivity settings, this is a good place to start. But also remember, sensitivity settings are different for every player. Some like all sensitivity settings to be bumped up to max, other people don't. Really depends on your playstyle and how hard you aim. What I find is the best way to find your actual best settings is to have everything set to default like 5, but make sure your movement sensitivity is at 100 because everyone should have that, and then just start lowering or increasing your general sensitivity until it feels right. Don't worry about getting kills just yet. Just wait until it feels natural, or until it feels like other games you play where it feels good. Then once it does, start decreasing or increasing your dead zone and aim acceleration to stop you over aiming. Just record yourself and look at your clips and see if you're over or under aiming. It can be difficult, it does take time, but you should find a setting that at least allows you to get some kills, and if you can get some kills, you can get some chicken dinners. Once you start to get maybe 2 or 3 kills, or more kills than that in a game regularly, then I would say that at that point it's no longer about your sensitivity settings that's stopping you, and you have to work on some other stuff. So guys, I like the new analog controls. I think that only being able to sprint forward will get some getting used to for some, but I'm already okay with it. Not being able to zigzag I don't have a problem with, because at the end of the day it does affect everyone. So you might be easier to be killed, but it's easier for you to get kills, so it does balance out. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments about what is the most important feature to be added next in the game. Analog movement was kind of top priority for the devs, so what should be next? If you want to see more PUBG and other Battle Royale game updates, including Black Ops 4 Blackout Mode and Battlefield 5, hit subscribe now and join our awesome Battle Royale community here. You can turn on notifications to see videos as soon as they're released. Check out the links on screen for more awesome content, and you can also submit your clips to be in future videos by leaving your gamer tag in the comments below. As always guys, thank you so much for watching, have a great day, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.